change for once in my life.
Hello, Jade here and welcome to my channel. Day 3 completed, Banana Island. What was the verdict of it? Well, I would have to say I would do Banana Island again. I really enjoyed it. It was only because I'd planned that I would move into 3 days of Watermelon Island. I actually stopped. I probably could have done another 2 or 3 days, so perhaps that'll be something I do in the future. I loved it. By day 3 I had this real sense of calmness about me, and I think it's because bananas release the serotonin in your brain and give you that feel-good feeling. And unlike caffeine or nicotine or alcohol or drugs or chocolate, those foods that give us that dopamine effect, it's so good for us. So it's a win-win situation. You get the high that you get off all the rubbish, but you don't get the effects on your body. You feel really good. My skin cleared a lot. You can even just see in the last 3 days, just in the 2 different days worth of footage, how much clearer my skin is. It's amazing. And weight loss, I didn't weigh myself. I do not have any scales. I live in Vietnam, traveling, and I don't own any. I used to own about 10 sets, but that was when I had a weight loss business and I used to, weigh people all the time. But I don't have scales here, which is a good thing because I used to become totally obsessed with weighing myself, and I'd always teach people, look at the photos. And, we can be the best teachers, but we don't always take that advice for ourselves. So guess what I did? I looked at the photos and there's definite weight loss. So you can see the definition just in my belly going in. It's amazing. And it's so funny because people were writing into me as I was posting it on Instagram and I was posting it on Facebook, and I couldn't believe the fascination. I got like over 100 new followers on Instagram in one day, which is huge for me. I don't have a massive Instagram, and people were fascinated, and people were asking me questions like, if you eat that many bananas, you're going to get fat, you're going to OD on potassium. Now, to OD on potassium, you need something ridiculous, like to eat like 497 bananas in one hit. That's not going to happen. I was eating like 25 to 26 a day. And I made it really exciting. And that for me, because I'm a big foodie, having my plate excite me is the difference between me failing and not failing. So, some people might say, oh, you cheated, you had a little bit of dates and you had a little bit of strawberries. Yeah, I wasn't 100% all on bananas, but you know what? Dr. McDougall, I love what he says about having a little bit of sugar or a little bit of salt on your food. He says, just, a little bit is okay to help the medicine go down. And I think that was the case with strawberries and dates. It's just a little bit there to help me get the effects of the bananas. And my goodness, I felt amazing. So I would definitely recommend this to anybody who is feeling unwell, who's feeling sluggish, who's having digestive issues, the bloating. I didn't have bloating beforehand, but I can see how my stomach went down, and I can feel, I know my body, how well the bananas digested. Please make sure they're ripe or you're not going to get those effects. But if you have digestive issues, do it. Just do it, even if you do it for 3 days. But if you want to move into a little bit longer, you say, you know what, this is really working. I personally wouldn't recommend it to people to go into it as a weight loss thing. The reason I say that is because weight loss should really be about healthy living and making a commitment to living a life as a healthy person. When we make that commitment to life as a healthy person, the weight will naturally come off. However, when we go on these cleanses, so to speak, and then we come off and we go back to eating the way we regularly were eating, well, that's not going to help us. However, if you're trying to transition into a raw diet, or just even a plant-based diet with cooked food alongside it, and you're coming off a sad diet, this is a great way for you to wean yourself in, so to speak, because when we're only eating one food, we're not getting those vicious food cravings that we get once we put all the varieties in our mouth and our taste buds are tantalized and we start saying, oh, I can eat more and more. Because the funny thing is, when you're only eating one food, you can only eat so much. And you're truly, truly in tune with your body, and you're in tune with your hunger signals. So that in itself is a great thing. And if you're getting to know your body and understand your body, which can take some time to really know your body and how it feels, this is a great way to build that relationship with your body and really start to listen to it and say, hey, you are full. You are feeling content. Let's just stop. And that for me, and I mean, I've been listening to my body for many years now, and I know when I feel absolutely amazing, and I know when I'm completely punishing my body. And that's because I've felt so healthy in my life and I've felt so absolutely disgusting that I know the differences in the two. And I know even when certain foods are affecting me, making me feel great, or certain foods are going, ah. So I understand all those things. And bit by bit, you can understand that too. But what I was saying before I digressed was, for me, it was really good as well, because I'm such a person who likes to have a lot of food on my plate. I get very excited by having a lot of food on my plate. But I know the benefits of mono-free eating. And for me, doing this is really cemented that feeling for me. And it's also given me that belief, self-belief, that I can say, you know what, I can actually achieve this. I can actually sit down and have mono meals and not feel like I'm unsatisfied, because that's always my fear. I think, oh my God, I'm going to feel unsatisfied. And you know, it's just because of years of indoctrination. We're used to having our plates full of different foods, and that's what we're taught. You know, variety is the spice of life, and you know, have so many different ingredients on your plate. I know, I used to work for a massive weight loss company, and we used to teach these things to people. So you can imagine, I worked for this company for 3 years. So you can imagine, I was teaching these people this day in, day out. It's pretty in tuned in my brain too. So it's a lot of unlearning for me and relearning. And I've been in the raw vegan movement nearly 4 years. I thought it was 3, but it's nearly 4. I did take a 6-month holiday, and it wasn't too effective for my body. But I've been in the raw vegan movement for a long time, and I've read over and over the effects of mono meals, and I've watched people over and over, but I've never really got right into it. And not to say that I haven't sat there and just had a plate of bananas or a bowl of watermelon. I have, but for a whole day of mono-free eating, it wasn't something that I'd done. So that in itself for me was a major achievement, and it was a major growth in my health, and as well, it's helping me to help other people who look to me for advice on this lifestyle. So that was very good as well. So in a nutshell, did I love Banana Island? Yes, I did. I did. And I think Banana Island is a great starting point for people if you're thinking about, you know, doing all mango or doing all watermelon or doing all grapes or something like that. Start with all bananas. The reason I say that is because bananas keep you so satisfied. You won't feel hungry. I didn't feel hungry the whole time. You can't feel hungry when you're eating lots of bananas. They fill your belly. They make you feel good. The one thing, night one, I didn't sleep well. Now, I don't know if it was detoxification. I don't know if I was just buzzing so much, but I was wired. I was like totally like, on bananas. So that was a bit full on. But day 2 and day 3, I slept like a baby. So it's just probably that adjustment. And I'm coming in off eating raw. So if you're coming in off eating a diet full of animal products, I can imagine that might be for a few days. You might get that real insomniac feeling. And that can be part of detoxification. A great thing to do is make sure that you're active, go on a walk, get plenty of fresh air. Even have a chamomile tea or something like that. Put on some lavender aroma, or just dab a little bit of lavender on your pillow. That can also help you sleep well. My greatest advice for insomniacs, and I had insomnia for many years, and I know it's a really hard thing when you wake up in the middle of the night or you can't go to sleep at night and you keep looking at the time, you go, ah. One of my greatest advice is turn everything off, and turn everything off about an hour before you go to sleep, because when we're stimulating our brains, especially these days, we've always got our phones attached to us. I'm guilty of it. Turn everything off, lay down, relax, put yourself into that relaxed state and think happy thoughts. Don't tune in to what your Auntie Mary said to you 5 years ago and start wondering why that happened, or thinking about something in the schoolyard, 20 odd years ago. Or is that just me? Don't go into all that sort of part in your brain. Just relax. For me, I think of dolphins. For me, dolphins in the water is very peaceful, very tranquil. And when I can think about them sort of just happy and free and frolicking in the water, that to me is something very peaceful. So find your peaceful thing to think about. Anyway, enough of my ranting. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you stay tuned, because I'm going to be putting up a video of my 3 days of Watermelon Island, which I'm starting today. So really excited. So stay tuned for more updates on my island life. Remember, love life, live free, and be kind to you. Thanks for watching.